Welcome to Olives of Wholeness. In this channel, we help you heal from all forms of emotional wound. We hope you are inspired by this video to do better. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe. Let's grow together. In the journey of life, one thing I've come to learn or understand is environment is vital. Where we live, how we were raised, the environment we were raised in, the people in the environment, they all form a sum total of who we become as adults. And with that, if the environment is not so supportive, not so healthy, we can interpret it to mean feeling rejected, feeling unwanted. It can express itself in some of this angle. Hello, you're welcome to Olives of Wholeness. My name is Faithful, and here at Olives of Wholeness, our focus is simple: to help individuals heal from all forms of emotional wound and at the end of the day become a better version of themselves. How do we do this? Through honesty, sharing my personal experience. With time, we'll have guests in this channel come share their experience and intentionally taking steps to achieve that goal. If that sounds like what you're looking for, you are welcome. Do it to like, comment, subscribe, and let's grow together. So this month of June, we are looking at the topic of rejection, and it's an emotion that I know most people struggle with. I have struggled with it. God has greatly helped me heal from it. That now I'm in that state where if I see myself beginning to perceive that sensation of I don't belong here, I feel, by the mercies of God, I now know how to come out from it. So today's video will be talking on some of the signs that will help you know as a person, because we can say, oh, feeling rejected and it to be blank. Let's look at what are some of the emotions that you would see in your everyday life that is portraying or communicating that, of course, I think I am struggling with this emotion. For us to understand today's topic very well, before I start listing all the different emotions, I think I have about 6 that would help you know if you're struggling with feeling rejected or not. Let's look at the story of Joseph and how environment can shape certain things. Why I said so is the environment we are raised in can help us become better or shrink us. Let me explain. Joseph is a practical example in the Bible. As a young man, he was already having dreams and revelations about what the future will be for him. More like saying, you'll be a big time leader. And as at that season of his life, he was like 17, his environment could not comprehend what he was trying to say. So sometimes some of us are struggling from feeling rejected because we are in certain environment that we are expecting the people in that environment to understand us, but they don't even have a switch of idea what God has placed in your life, and they don't even have the capacity to help you build to become who God has made you to be. So what would then happen? What you are expressing may not be accepted. And that was what happened in the case of Joseph. He told his siblings, told his father, and the siblings got angry. They were like, what? Young man, what are you thinking about? We would bow to you. They interpreted it from the literal meaning, also putting it in perspective of his current state as a 17 years old. And their next action was simple. Let's say, the first thought even was, let's kill him. It was his brother that came and said, instead of killing him, why waste his life? Let's sell him off and what? Get money from him. More like we are getting rid of him. That is dream of us bowing down to him will not come to pass. And we are making money from it. Sounds like a fair deal. That was how they sold him off. And when I read more and more, I realized that, oh my God, them selling Joseph off was for the good of Joseph. But I am very, very sure that at that moment when those situations were happening, if we were in Joseph's era, obviously it would have been traumatic for Joseph because he was sold into slavery. But when I look deeper, it was sold into slavery. Potiphar then bought him over. Potiphar is more like saying Donald Trump adopted someone or got someone as an employee. Do you get what it means? Or saying you are privileged to work in the house of Elon Musk, like big time personality with wealth, affluence, whatnot. And while in that house, Joseph did what? He learned how to manage. Reading deeper, I realized that while Joseph was in Potiphar's house as a slave, which was the intention of his brother, he learned something vital, something that he would not have learned in his father's house. And what was that? He learned administrative management. Because the Bible said at a time, Potiphar entrusted him with the management of his household, his wealth, everything, which was like a training ground so that when he got to the palace, he already had like an apprenticeship kind of setting or a mini training on how to manage things. So if Joseph should sit down and reflect and think back, he will realize that my brother selling me off was for my good. They actually met it for, even told them, he said, what you thought for evil is for my good. It has sent me ahead of you. Now let's come back to some of the signs and symptoms that would help us as individuals know that I may not know, but maybe I'm still struggling with feeling rejected. Number one is over explaining yourself. We all want to be understood. That's the honest truth. We all want to feel like somebody's hearing us, somebody can hear us, somebody understands what we are saying, somebody connects with who we are. But if your environment does not carry the deep revelation, resources, ability, and that environment can be a person to understand the depth of what God has placed inside of you, they will not receive what you're saying. And you may then fall into the trap of wanting to really elaborate more so that they can get it. When I was healing from feeling rejected, I then realized, oh, I'm explaining myself to somebody who will never get it, who will never understand what God has placed in my life. I'm trying to make someone understand or come to terms with who I am, but it's never going to happen. The minute I got that revelation, which I pray as you are listening to me right now, you will get it, is knowing this conversation I'm about to have, what's the depth of what I need to explain. So if you see yourself where in every conversation you are explaining, you are trying to prove a point, you are trying to make yourself heard, there is that fear of, if they don't understand me, they will not receive me, which is covered or layered up in the fear of feeling rejected. Okay? Number two is constant apology. Oh my God. Some of us are so good at apologizing. You want to make a very important, vital, exciting conversation with someone, and you are scared somewhere in your mind that what if they don't listen? Remember from our last video, we talked about being shut down, unhealthy comparison, nobody listening, peer pressure, unhealthy criticism are some of the reasons why people may be feeling rejected. Now, if you're struggling with that, you see yourself always apologizing. Sorry, can I, excuse me, is it okay? Like you're being very extremely cautious before you even say something. There is that fear of, I don't want to say this thing and it's not received or it's not accepted. There is that, oh, sorry to trouble you. I apologize if this is not comfortable for you. That boldness when you are speaking is not there. It may not be so severe, but for some people, it may be really bad where you see them actually stuttering before they even say anything. I don't mean to disturb you. I'm so sorry if this is not... say what you want to say, but no, you just see yourself apologizing. You apologize even when you are not wrong. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying be stubborn-headed, but you should be able to assess certain situations and realize that I'm not wrong here. I should be able to communicate my point of view and not accept blame when I am not wrong. So let's get something clear. Apologizing, being able to say I am sorry, being able to be the bigger person to comfort and make solution or resolve something, it's fine. But when it's coming from a place of fear to say, I don't want this person to reject me. So even if I am wrong, even if they are wrong, even if nothing is wrong, I will keep apologizing. You are apologizing for being alive. I'm sorry for being in your space. I'm sorry for this. You haven't done anything wrong. You just see yourself apologizing. Sorry to interrupt. You are in a meeting. This is someone in a meeting. Sorry to interrupt. Am I allowed? It's okay. I'm sorry if what I'm saying does. Oh, another party, so we may say, oh, I'm sorry if what I'm saying does not make sense. That's you already shooting yourself in the leg before you bring out your exciting, mind-blowing idea. It's coming from the place of fear. The fear of, what if I'm not accepted? What if I am not received? And remember in the beginning I said environment is key. So when you are having this fear, maybe because you've been shut down repeatedly in the past in that environment, or because you've had similar environment that has projected that, you have to first of all look at your environment to say, what is in this environment that is making me want to over apologize before I even say something? Does it make sense? The next is shrinking, where you see yourself in certain atmosphere and you just reduce your capacity so the people around you don't feel threatened by it. Still taking us back to environment. We are all blessed with unique giftings and abilities. Every one of us. There's nobody God has created that God left empty, God left blank and say, I'm sending you with nothing. No. But some people have developed theirs, why others have not. Some have realized what it is, why others are yet to do that. So if you are someone who has discovered who God has made you to be, the giftings God has given to you, your natural abilities, and you've seen yourself, you've grown it to an extent, you've worked on it, you've overcome certain self-limitations, and you are flowing in that essence, you can then, maybe because of a job, because of relocation, whatever it is, see yourself in certain environment that who you are may look too much for them. And I think I had that experience about 2 years ago where I saw myself in an atmosphere and who I was as a person was being perceived as too much. In all honesty, it almost crushed me. It almost made me feel like, am I really too much? I almost tilted to that frame of mind. But I didn't realize that, no, I'm not. I've worked in such atmosphere before. I have partnered with people to handle projects, and I've been under the leadership of a different leader, and the experience was different. So it gave me that grace, that ability to call myself to order, to say, you are not the problem. This environment right now just does not understand you. What then do you do? Because it's not enough to say, oh, they don't understand me here, they don't understand me here. Every environment does not understand you. You are the superhero. No, at that point, that's still wrong. It's then you relax and realizing that, how much of myself should I bring to the table? It's wisdom to know the percentage of you have to bring to the table for the people you are dealing with to comprehend. I did a post on my status some days ago. There are some room you go into, you just go for the vibes, you go as your basic self, you enjoy the fun, you enjoy the activity of the day, and you go home peacefully. All right? But then there are some rooms you get into. Your spirit, soul, and body comes with you. Your mental capacity is alive. Your creative ability comes alive. You like everything about you is in that room. Why? It's a creative space. There's a friend of mine that whenever I'm on a call with her, we can be on that call 2 hours. Ideas are just flying. But there are still people that are still my friend. I love them genuinely. But when we are together, I tone down the conversation. It took me years to master this. So if you are out there and you are struggling with being able to adjust to people, because wherever you find yourself, it feels like you are too much. Not because you are too much, but because there's so much God has blessed you with that your environment may not understand it. Please, your first focus should not be to shrink. Never shrink who God has called you to be, what God has placed in you, the capacities God has given to you, just because your environment does not understand it. But trust God for the wisdom to know how to balance it up. Balance is skill. But trust God for the wisdom to know how to create a healthy balance. Knowing, if I'm in this room, what should I say? What should I not say? What should I say? How should I go about the conversation? Should I just do okay and know that trying to indulge that conversation will never make my point understood? So with that understanding, you are not shrinking, but you are just understanding the room and knowing the part of you, the you that should come alive and the you that should be preserved for the right atmosphere, the right room, and the right presence. If we connect it back to Joseph, I'm very sure if Joseph had understood this, maybe he would have shared only to his father, because the Bible says the father hid this in his heart. He understood what Joseph was trying to say. But the siblings did not. So there are some rooms that we don't bother bringing too much of us. And you are not shrinking. You are not downplaying yourself. You are not submerging yourself. You are just reading the room and knowing what percentage of me should come alive. You over-rehearse conversations in your mind. That's one key way you know you are struggling with feeling rejected. See, I came to realize that relationships are not perfect. Be it dating relationship, friendship relationship, any form of relationship, no one is perfect. But if you see yourself staying in that place of let me be careful, like you are walking on eggshell, what do I say to this person? How do I say it? Where do I say it? You are not free to express yourself. And when I say free, it's not being rude. It's just you being able to, like, this environment is safe for me to talk. You are able to just be you without consciousness of, am I in the right place? Am I in this? Am I that? If that is happening where you are rehearsing what you want to say to the person because you don't know how the person will take it, there is that fear of rejection. There's that place of, let me protect myself because I don't know what I will say that will trigger a conflict. Let me be careful. With that, I think mostly in relationships, it will kill the fun of the relationship because you are not 100% you around that circle. Number two, you are not going to be the creative you because you are always thinking of what you want to say, not just freely saying it. You are not going to even be a very happy person because there's that excessive calculation, excessive mind mapping, excessive palpitation around what is being said, how it's being said, to whom it's being said. You are just moving in circles instead of just enjoying the moment. Know this, to handle this, no relationship is perfect. So the ability to know, I would say my mind, I will express myself, but I will stay with the consciousness of, I have to be kind while doing that. I have to make sure my words are not hurting to the next person. I have to also understand the timing because when the environment and the timing is not right for certain conversation, you may say things that are out of normal or what is not comfortable in that environment and then lose your ground. So what am I saying? Instead of you sitting down and thinking, ask yourself, what I want to say, is it kind? Is my tone in the right place? I know I struggled a lot with tone. My tone is really firm and it took me a while to realize, okay, what you're saying is not a problem. It's the tone at which you are saying it that will make people put up a defensive mode and say, I'm not listening to anything she's saying because her tone is commanding. I had to work on that. You have to look at tone. So instead of over rehearsing what you want to say and with consciousness or the mental state of, they hope they will accept it, hope it is good, hope it will be received, hope this, hope that. Focus on this. Is it kind? Is my tone in the right place? And is this the right time to have this conversation? Am I really ready? Does it make sense? Or can I say it in another way? Can I type? For me, let me share this. I have a friend whom at a point I realized that text conversation with me and this person was always hitting a rock bottom. Whenever I send text message, we would always have conflict after the message. So I then realized, it's not about what I'm saying. It's the tone at which I am typing or the tone at which the person is reading what I have typed. So I resolve to, I will call you. This is me and an individual now. I resolve to the place of, I'm going to call this person. I will not text. Instead, if I want to test, it would be to ask, are you free to take a call? When can I call you? I want to talk to you. So while talking, you can feel my voice, you can feel my tone, you can feel the mood I'm in. And you then realize, this is what she's saying, this is what I'm hearing, and this is the tone at which I'm hearing it. Because you can ask someone, are you okay? And their message comes to me, I can read it as, are you okay? Is there something wrong with you? Or are you okay? Like, are you safe? So tone just changes conversation. And if we consider that, you will not over rehearse what you want to say. Instead, you focus on this angle. All right? Number 4. This one. My God. I struggled a lot with it. See, whatever I'm teaching is something that God has delivered me from. It's the place of you walking away before they walk away. When we are struggling with rejection and you have someone in your life, their life got busy, okay? If that place of you feeling rejected is still there, you would interpret the presence of their active presence, okay, in your life as they have left you, they have abandoned you, they have rejected you. Oh, right. Because maybe there is a root cause of abandonment syndrome there, root cause of parental neglect, root cause of a severe incident that happened in your past that led to actually you being abandoned, being rejected. And one way you then know that I'm still having a drop here and there of this emotion is the minute someone is a bit quiet around you. Not quiet in terms of voice, quiet in terms of their presence, in terms of their activity. Maybe you used to speak every day to this person, and then the time came, 5 days you guys have not spoken, or it used to be morning and evening, and then for 2 days you've not spoken to this person. If you're struggling with feeling rejected, the first trigger in your mind is pull away before they abandon you. Say, secure yourself, protect yourself, walk away before they walk away. Yeah, I was there. I did that so many times. But as God helped and I healed and I got better, the first solution, if you are struggling with this, where you see yourself, you are assessing situations, you're assessing the environment, it's like they want to abandon me, it's like they want to push me away, they want to, let me run first. Have a conversation. Have a conversation. Sincerely, people have busy lives. Mostly in adulthood, my God, there's so much that we need to handle as adults. Adulthood 10 years ago, 15 years ago is not the same as now. There's so much happening in the world that people are struggling with stuffs. And most individuals, when they are struggling, what they then do is they stay to themselves. They try to process what they are going through within themselves. I would say I am like 40% like that. I would love to want to know what the problem is, so that when I'm coming to you, I'm able to say, this is my problem. I don't know how to solve it. Can you help me? There are people like that. So if that person is someone you truly value, okay, check on them genuinely. Let them, oh, I feel like you are no longer there for me, that should not be the focus. Genuinely just check on them. How are you? How is everything with you? Mostly if you know that the last active conversation you had with that person, they communicated a distress, and 2 weeks has passed by, you've not actively heard from them. It's worth going back to say, how are you? I know 2 weeks ago you mentioned this. 2 months ago you mentioned this. Sometimes we feel, oh, I've not heard from him or her in 6 months. Will it not be awkward to start asking? It's better you ask than not asking at all. So go back to the person. Genuinely, how are you? Hope you're good. Hope you're fine. And of course, the person may say, oh, I'm fine and all that. Leave it at there. What I'm saying is make the effort to check on the person. Don't let every perception of, I feel like this person is walking away from my life, make you just walk away or pull away or shrink. And another mindset that would help in this angle is knowing that the people that walked away from your life is not this individual. The circle that abandoned you, if it's parental abandonment, your father abandoned you, your mother abandoned you, these people you are meeting now, your spouse, your colleague, your friends, they are not your parents. So that consciousness will help you drop expectation. You will drop that expectation of, I'm not looking at this person with the standard of what my parents did. It takes hard work to do this. But if you're able to get there, you would drop unhealthy expectation from that person, number one. Number two, you would be the bigger person and check on the person to say, how are you? It's been like 2 weeks. Oh, and genuinely express it. I miss you. Ash, say it. I miss you. A few years ago, I moved from my country to a different country. And when I first got here, my first 1 year was very rough. And I would naturally just call home. My friends are home. People I was spending a lot of time with would just say, I miss everyone. I miss you guys. It's okay to tell people you miss them. I don't like the idea of when people are dead, we now start saying, oh, you are such a this, such a that. Celebrate them when they are alive. Celebrate them while you still have them. The reason why that perception of, I feel like this person is walking away from my life, I feel like this person is abandoning me, it's because you are feeling the vacuum of that person not being there. Okay? And if you are beginning to feel that vacuum, the next step is reach out to the person. How are you? I'm just checking on you. If it persists another 1 month, 2 months, check in again. Then at that point, you can then bring it up to say, oh, I notice you've been a bit withdrawn. I notice you've been a bit cold towards our relationship or towards our friendship, or in the office, it can be a colleague. Are you okay? Then I usually ask, did I offend you? Because some persons don't know how to express themselves when they feel offended by someone. Did I offend you? If you're able, when you ask these questions and you realize that it's not about you, okay, it's not about you, you would be able to let go of that feeling of, oh, I feel like this person wants to abandon me the way XYZ abandoned me. And also knowing that not everybody will genuinely stay in your life forever would give you so much liberation when you are struggling with feeling abandoned and rejected as a person. And it will help you celebrate the period that person was in your life. You would look back and you will not be resentful or angry or feel like, oh my God. You will look back and be like, wow, I bless God for the 6 months I spent around this person. I thank God for the 1 year this person was actively in my life. He or she was so nice, so caring, so loving. They were my anchor. That shift alone has taken away that fear of feeling rejected. All right? So, in closing, we've seen that the root cause of all these emotions, over explaining, over apologizing, shrinking, running away before people run away from you, and there are even lots more that would express, that would reflect or show that fear of, it's all rooted in fear. It's all rooted in the consciousness of this will not happen to me again. I've had this experience before. I'm not going to have it again. And that fear sends us to a trigger mode, to a protective mode to say, never again is it happening. But if we can come back to understand that that thing that happened to you, it was an incident, but it has created a fear in your heart, you then start doing what? Rebuking it. And I've shared different ways to handle different ones along the course of this video. And the final one, which I think supersedes every one of them, is the place of processing the effect that experience had on you. Say your parents abandoned you. You know it was traumatic. It was painful. You are sad about it. Fine. No problem. Process it. Don't sweep it under the carpet. That would help a lot to demystify that fear. It will help you have a broader perspective to know that my parents did this, or my husband did this, or my wife did this, my friend did this, whoever has done whatever to you. Process the pain correctly. I'm hurting by this. There's something about talking about how you feel that even makes us feel lighter. Okay? Then the next step is pray about it. Pray about it. We sometimes feel prayer it's all about when we are talking to God. Oh Lord, give me more revelation. Oh Lord, give me this. Or sometimes you're praying about enemy. You see, this fear of feeling rejected is an enemy to your progress. Because if you are shrinking, you are limiting yourself. If you are pushing people away the minute you perceive they are having slow pace in your life, you are also limiting yourself. So some enemies that we are fighting are emotions that are bottled up inside of us. Okay? What then do you do? Lord Jesus, deliver my heart from the fear of feeling rejected. It may take you 3 months. Pray it. Lord, deliver my heart from it. I let go of this fear. I let go of this emotion. When we get to next week, we'll start talking about some practical steps. But this, the place of prayer, oh my God, is a non-negotiable. Yeah, it's something you cannot excuse. Father, I let go of it. Your willpower as a human being, it's something God has given to us. We can maximize it. Don't underplay the power of your willpower. Yes, don't underplay it. You have the ability, the capacity to walk away from anything. And the same way you can walk away from that fear. It's when we live in the fear, we romance it, we pamper it, we talk about it, but we don't verbally rebuke and reject it. That's when we stay longer in it. But if you daily come to that place of, I know I have the consciousness of fear of being rejected. I know where it's coming from. Now, what am I going to do? I rebuke it. Lord, I don't like this emotion. It's affecting my progress. It's affecting my growth. Take it away. Heal my heart. The prayer of healing for your heart is vital. Lord, heal my heart from the fear of feeling rejected. I know I had that traumatic experience. It was bad. It was terrible. But I need to be liberated from it. Heal my heart. You can sit down 30 minutes. All you are saying is, Lord, heal my heart. I cannot go far in life if I don't get rid of this. I cannot connect freely with people if I don't get rid of this. I will lose vital relationships if I don't get rid of it. So Lord Jesus, do what? Heal my heart. Okay? I hope you've been blessed by this video and you've gained a bit of insight. Trust me, everything I've spoken about may not be applicable to you, but having the knowledge would help you support the next person. If you know someone who you feel they are struggling with feeling rejected and they are displaying any of these signs I have mentioned, please share the video with them. It will bless them. Kindly subscribe. And I'll see you in our next video. Bye for now. We hope you are blessed by the video you've just watched. Please do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. And turn on your notification bell so you are alerted when we put up our next video. Bye.